to New York City.
New York City?
Reading here from Gothamist. They do great work. The NYPD is not required to protect New Yorkers, city lawyers argue in court filing. That's the headline. The NYPD is not constitutionally required to help a person being attacked by an angry mob, lawyers for the city argued in a recent court filing. The argument came in response to a claim filed by Amanda Lucci, who alleged NYPD officers failed to protect her from a mob of young men and boys who she said attacked her in Crown Heights in Brooklyn in 2025. Now, this is a viral video. If y'all remember, it was a lady trying to walk through Crown Heights, and she is being, as it says, followed by an angry mob of what looks like Orthodox Jewish people, but they are yelling at her. They're getting in her face. They are being extremely physically intimidating. And this one guy was yelling, like, basically about her being raped. This was, it's recent memory of all the, Zionists bringing up rape in this way of like, oh, October 7th, why don't you be raped? Like, this was a common thing that was being said. And they were hurling this to this woman who apparently was not even, like, they assumed she was part of, like, some pro-Palestinian protest, which is why they were tormenting her like this. She says she was just trying to walk home. Like, she wasn't even a part of that. Not that there's ever a reason to treat anyone like this.
Yeah. And to say for your response to be like, we'll rape you in the mob, you're the bad guys.
Yes.
You are the bad guys, guys.
So this is what this whole lawsuit is stemming from. So in her lawsuit, Lucci said she was surrounded, kicked, and threatened. Yes. So I didn't want to say anything that I didn't want to misremember anything, but yeah, they were physically attacking her. Kicked and threatened by the large group of people, most of whom were wearing traditional Orthodox Jewish garb, after they mistook her for a pro-Palestinian protester in front of a historic synagogue. Her lawsuit claims the NYPD officers who responded to the scene emboldened the mob by doing nothing to quell the situation, in part because they also believe Lucci was expressing pro-Palestinian views. Attorneys for the city wrote last week that they will ask a judge to dismiss the lawsuit for a number of legal reasons. Among their arguments, and again, so this is attorneys from the city wanting to dismiss this lawsuit. Among their arguments, and this is a classic argument. We've brought this up several times on this podcast. We brought it up recently with the legal arguments defending the cops at Uvalde who stood by while children were being killed. Among their arguments is one that the NYPD has no constitutional requirement to protect someone from being attacked. This is true. Supreme Court has upheld this. The police are not obligated to protect us.
Who came up with protect and serve? Is that just like some fake shit?
It is. It's just a motto.
That shit's crazy.
It's like Nike, just do it. They don't really want you to just do it. Like, it could be anything you want to just do. It's just a motto.
Yeah, it's meaningless.
It is.
Protect and serve that's what we meant.
Yeah. It's okay. Let's back to the article. It's an argument that may surprise most people, but the attorneys cited a number of prior cases they say back up their defense and show judges may agree with their view. And just to explain the argument, so basically the argument is that a cop cannot be constitutionally liable, meaning that a cop cannot face charges, face repercussions, legal repercussions, go to jail for not doing their job, right? And you present it that way, it makes more sense. That could be true for any one of us. If you're at work, whatever your job is, and you don't do it, should you go to jail for that? Obviously not. So the same logic applies to the police. But, giant but, it's a little different when we pay all this tax money and give police all this power they have to lord over us with guns and and legal protections that they abuse constantly. And still, when the time comes to actually use that power and those guns to actually protect us, and they stand by and just watch, that feels wrong. It feels like,
Yeah.
So
it's like a broken dryer. You ever put clothes in a dryer and the clothes still come out wet, and you're like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're supposed to dry my clothes? I'm not actually here to dry your clothes. This may have been not a good metaphor, but but that's what it reminds me of.
It is a metaphor.
It's certainly something. It's certainly words, for sure. But no, it's like, what is your job? It's like, okay, do firefighters don't have to stop fires? It's like...
Yeah, that is a great analogy. I wonder what's the legality there. If a firefighter pulls up to a fire and watches a crowded a building full of families burn and they don't do anything about it, I wonder if the same principle applies.
I don't know where that dryer metaphor came from. I don't know why I didn't start with the firefighter metaphor.
I thought I did a pretty good job explaining it.
You did.
Ash is like, you're confusing the audience. Here, I got this. Like, imagine, all right, you got back from the beach, right? And what are your clothes? They're wet.
You see a stingray. Where is this going? Hold on. I never really have the end to these.
Yeah.
I have to start.
You went to bed and you had nightmares, and you woke up, oh no, you did it again. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's actually normal for this up to 12, 13 years old.
Condoms aren't supposed to stop you from having baby.
All right, back to this article. Okay, so we've explained the legal argument, I hope. After all this time, I hope everyone understands.
No, that was a great explanation. No, your explanation was so good, it almost had me side with the cops. Like, yeah, niggas shouldn't be forced to say I don't write a funny joke. You can't make me write a funny joke, nigga.
Yeah. So that's the argument.
But my jokes aren't the difference between life and death with some people. So.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, and with some of these cases, like with I would say, like, if we're being fair, and that's our job, to be fair and balanced, like many cases where cops don't do their jobs, you wouldn't really think, they should go to jail for that. Yeah. But you have these cases like Uvalde, like Parkland High, like this, where I feel like many of just average people would step in and try to do something. And like this, that's why I like the argument being presented by the lawyers representing the woman in this scenario, because they're arguing not that the cops just were neutral and their absence of action was just a neutral factor. They're arguing that by doing nothing, they emboldened the audience. I mean, the crowd. And I think that's a good argument, because when you're like mob, put yourself mob mentality. That's what this was, an angry mob, and you're just being an angry mob. You're hurling insults. You're intimidating, and you're surrounded by NYPD, and you're looking at the NYPD, and you're looking back. You're looking at the NYPD. You're looking back, and they are standing by and watching. To you, the angry mob, that's a green light. Oh, we can push this further then. We can keep going.
Keep going. I mean, she said she was kicked and assaulted. Is that not a crime?
Exactly.
The time they pick and choose when they want to do their job, bro. It's like, okay, if you can pick and choose when you do your job, it's very ironic when you do your job, because I see them on my block. Like I said, I've been telling you the saga of my street.
Yes.
It's cops have been on my street every day for the past 3 years. Every single day, there's 2 cops on the corner of my street all the time. And now they scare all the street niggas. They're gone. They don't. I mean, it was winter time, so maybe they'll be coming back the warmer it gets. But they've been gone for the past winter and fall. And so the only people that I see now the cops are bored. Only people they pull over now. Only people they fuck with are delivery drivers. Every time I get off the train and I'm walking and I'm on my block, it's just a guy on his bike and talking to 2 cops. Like literally twice in 1 week.
What could the beef be?
It literally fills me with so much. As soon as I'm like, bro, I can't go and interact with them, because I'm just like, I know I'm gonna fucking just get myself fucked up or all this shit, and I'm so mad because it's like they're picking on these. My point is to say, the times they pick on so many defenseless people just niggas working. I think he maybe like didn't stop at the exact like you know how they be driving. Probably like reckless driving is what they're. But my street, I'm not. It's tough. I'm not gonna defend. Niggas shouldn't be driving wild, but also they're constantly. It's like they target them now, and it just shows that they pick and choose. A lady got assaulted, nothing.
Yeah, and just I'll just summarize the rest of because we've been talking about this for a while now, but. Yes, and then again, to be fair, eventually one cop came in and escorted her. But again, this was after she had already been physically assaulted by this mob who had seen that the cops were doing nothing while they intimidated her.
Can you arrest? Or this is a genuine question. Can you arrest like the Orthodox Jewish community because they have their own police department? Was also something that stopped them from? I mean, it's already crazy. Niggas got their own police department where you can be like,
that doesn't mean that only that police department has jurisdiction.
Okay, so I didn't know. I just heard about the self-policing community, and I didn't know if that meant like NYPD can't police because you see like a lot of
no, and I don't think that those are they're not like fully legally policed. Like they're able to patrol and stuff, but
if somebody
to my knowledge, maybe I'll have to look at that. But and the last thing I wanted to mention is that another argument that her lawyer is presenting that goes beyond just that goes beyond just we're not arresting or charging a cop for not doing their job for doing nothing, is that this was like a political thing, like because one side represented Israel and the other side seemingly represented Palestine, that they're going to present that argument that it was selective. It wasn't just that, we can't charge an officer for a crime for not doing their job. The fact that it was political in nature, they're going to argue that they were being selective and that could be a crime.
There was no this wasn't partisan.
Yes.
Or is it was partisan? I don't know.
Yes, it was partisan.